Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever part of the world you are. It's a great, plumping pleasure to be with you, to be in your presence today. Thank you so very much for tuning in and welcome to this free live open house session to talk to you about the benefits of one of the fastest growing and highest in demand IT position today, the Scrum Master position. I'll be spending the next few minutes talking to you about that and just being able to help provide you free information that can guide you to make a decision. If at all you get to the point of making a decision, which I recommend very strongly that you do, because this is what is certainly going to make a difference. It's going to change your life, and of course, it's going to give you a chance to be able to pursue a career in the very lucrative IT industry. If you're watching us from whatever part of the world you are, please feel free to share this video, share and as far as possible. Also, subscribe to our channels. Please click the subscribe button. That is how you reward us for the time we take to prepare videos like this, to prepare content like this, and be able to provide this kind of information free for you. So, if you really believe in what we do, you appreciate what we do, you believe that what we do makes a difference, please go ahead and subscribe to our channels. That will not only be of benefit to us, but it will be of benefit to you because you'll be the first person to know each time there is a new video, each time there is new content, and you'll be able to download to watch those content free of charge, right? So it's a great pleasure. Thank you for hopping on, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you for spending the time to come and be with us. So our goal today is to be able to take you in the next few minutes from the position of doubt and disbelief, from the position of probably total ignorance, maybe you never heard of this, to a position of yes, I can do this. That is my goal. I want to go past your mind and I want to go through your heart and get to that point where you don't think about it, you just act on it. Because the human will is very resilient. The human spirit can achieve anything they put their mind to, right? So just stay with me on this one. Welcome again. So we'll be talking about a few things, right? We are going to be helping show you exactly how you can go from zero experience in the next few weeks to be able to be a qualified, trained, and capable Scrum Master to work with confidence in the IT industry and make over six figures, right? So this is a Scrum Master open house, and we'll be sharing this information to you to give you a chance to get educated. Okay, now welcome to the big leagues. I mean, listen, for most people who get through these programs, and get into the industry, when they get their first paycheck, most of them, this is how they look like. Actually, a lot even looks more surprised than this most of the time because it's a complete transformation. It's a change from what you were to what you become, right? So the average Scrum Master pay in the US is over $100,000. Think about that for a second. Only 15% of people living in America who are of working age and are employed to work make above six figures a year. So you'll be playing in a very unique league, the six-figure league. Also, an average Scrum Master over the minimum over their career, let's say it's 20 years, right? A lot of Scrum Masters work beyond 20 years, but let's just take 20 years as the average, right? They'll make $3 million in gross compensation over that period of time. I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, coming from the nation of Cameroon 21 years ago to America, $3 million is a lot of money. It's life changing, community changing money. So, this is serious stuff. This is no joke. Now, come to talk about it. Jokes aside, okay, I know we are not here to only to joke, but we're here for serious business. Our goal is to take you from zero experience to qualified Scrum Master in 6 weeks, earning over $100,000 a year. And just stay with me. I'll be able to give you the information you need. I'll be able to give you guidance you need to get you to that point. So, this is how I plan to spend the next 20 to 25 minutes with you because I'm going to keep this very brief, short, and straight to the point. Who is a Scrum Master? I'll talk to you who a Scrum Master is, what they do, how the job looks like, right? A day in the life of an icon student. So when you join the program, how does it feel like? What is expected of you? What are you supposed to be doing, right? Professional opportunities out there for Scrum Masters. I can tell you for a fact there are gazillions of companies out there really looking for people to work for them. Companies are desperate because they need help. interview coaching for job success. I'll tell you exactly after the training how you can pursue interview coaching, because it's not only important to do the training, but you also want to be able to have coaches who can help guide you, coach you, encourage you, direct you, right? And strategize with you so you can be able to land that six-figure job, because that is exactly what you are targeting while coming to the program like this. So for those who are just joining us, we truly really appreciate you for joining us. If you're just coming on to the live show right now, please go ahead, type in the comment section, I hear you, so I can know that you hear me. I can make sure that you're following up with everything we'll say today. Wonderful. So we'll also talk about the urgency of now. Why is it urgent for you to not only listen, pay attention, decide, and take action on this? Why is it urgent to do that now? Not next week, not next year, but now, right? I'll also talk to you why I really believe deep in my heart that if your dream is to work in the IT industry, if your dream is to be a scrum master and make over six figures, why I really believe, why I am convinced in my heart that your dream is valid and that your dream is possible. Because just like you, there was a time in my life where I was sitting. In fact, at the time when I got into the industry, there were no live shows like this. But I heard about an opportunity like this and I felt that nudge in my stomach. And I was able to pursue it and it make a complete difference to my life. It was a 360-degree turn. And I can tell you, over the last 11 years I've been in the industry, I credit that day that I came across the information and I made that decision and pursued the opportunity, even though I was a little bit afraid and scared and anxious. All right. So I will tell you also about the next steps. What do you need to do if you want to register? Our next course is starting in April, right? And if you want to be part of that program, I'll tell you exactly what to do, how to go forward with that. So as of right now, you are worth it. That's what I want to tell you. Please, at this point, I want you to focus. If you have some emails open on your screen, close them. If you have over 20 browsers, soccer, sports, live shows, comedy, whatever, just close them for a minute. Give me just 20 minutes of your time, right? Close the door behind you. If you are home with your children, lock yourself in your office. Tell them not to kill themselves. You're going to be out soon and they'll be able to see mommy or daddy back, all right? It's just going to be about 25 minutes. So let's make some progress here. So, who is a Scrum Master? Actually, think about a Scrum Master more like a coach. You see, a coach is somebody who doesn't necessarily play on the field, but is experienced enough, has the knowledge to be able to get the team to work together cohesively and deliver results. That's what a Scrum Master in a general sense is, right? Business and corporations rely a lot on Scrum Masters to manage their teams. With every corporation, with every business, people have to work in teams. It's the same in the IT industry. The Scrum Master works predominantly in the IT industry because companies work in teams. You have a team comprised of developers, of database administrators, of networking people, of internet management people, of application people. All of those people have to work in teams. And what the Scrum Master does is the Scrum Master is the one that helps to be able to coach this team, helps to motivate this team, helps to guide this team, helps to set goals for this team to be able to achieve. Help to also give the team a chance to do their work following the Scrum practices, which is bringing more learning and value to the enterprise, right? The Scrum Master also coaches the team to become highly effective. And the goal is for the team to become highly performant too, to be able to be predictable, to be able to deliver value over a consistent period of time in a way that they can predict and rely on them to deliver that value, right? So the Scrum Master also helps the team to deliver continuous value, as I mentioned. And why that is important is because in most teams in the IT industry, especially in the application development space, the development of the application follows a simple process called the software development lifecycle. And it is an incremental development of small pieces of work accumulated over time that delivers significant value at the end of it. So during that process, the Scrum Master is very crucial because the Scrum Master is the one that makes sure all the small pieces of work is done. The Scrum Master makes sure that the team members who are doing this work, they don't get distracted. Other people don't come and interfere in their work, taking away all impediments, as it is called in the Agile language. So that is basically some of the things that a Scrum Master does, right? Um, Please don't doze off yet, okay? I know it's Friday evening. You're probably coming back from work. You're having dinner, and you're just thinking, "Hey, it's 6 o'clock Central Time. It's 7 o'clock, whatever time it is," and you might be thinking of going to bed. Just give us a few more minutes, and we'll be able to guide you through this process. All right? Wonderful. So, who is a Scrum Master? In addition to the different things I've highlighted that a Scrum Master does, a Scrum Master is that person within this framework of a team that is influential. Your ideas, your opinion, right, is important to the functioning of the team because you are the gatekeeper of the Scrum practice and you're the one making sure that the team delivers value following the Scrum practice. You are a collaborative person because the number one word you hear a lot, especially working as a Scrum Master in the agile space and in companies, is the word team. Nothing is ever achieved alone. Teams have to come together and work together. You are somebody who is observant. You look at the staff, you observe your team, you see some of the lacks, you see some of the gaps. You'll be able to see sometimes even some of your team members, the way they interact with each other. You'll also bring in some leadership skills. And when I talk about leadership skills, a lot of times people think leadership is something that is mandated or is reserved only for some special people. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Everybody has leadership skills in them. Everybody has the ability to work to organize people and get them face the same goal and deliver on that same goal, right? So the Scrum Master, you'll be bringing in that skill. And when I talk about leadership skill, you don't need to have learned it from a school. On a day-to-day basis in life, you have acquired some leadership skill just from not only organizing yourself and your life, but also helping to organize other people's life, be it family, be it friends, and in different venues in life, right? You also have to be knowledgeable. This means you have to understand the Scrum processes. You have to understand what Scrum is all about. What are the tenets of the Scrum practice? How do you implement this practice? How do you implement it relative to the team you are working with, right? That is where we come in because we're going to be teaching all of these things in the program. Now, what does the Scrum Master do? The Scrum Master fosters communication. It's important within the framework of a team for team members to communicate openly. And the Scrum Master is the one that helps fosters that kind of communication through different Scrum ceremonies. I won't go into much detail, but once you get in, you understand a lot of those things, right? The Scrum Master also protects the team. I talked about protecting the team members from distraction. Because when you're working in a team, sometimes different team members will come to your team members to try to get them to go do different work for them. You have to make sure that the work they are doing is work that has been planned by the team and it's going to be work that is going to deliver on the goal of the team, right? Also, the Scrum Master helps with meeting facilitation. As a Scrum Master, you'll be part of a lot of meetings. You organize a lot of meetings, meetings for your teams, meetings for your team and other external teams, meeting for demos, meeting for reviewing the Scrum backlog, meeting for reviewing your performance at the end of the sprint, meeting for planning the sprint, meeting for preparing the sprint backlog. All those different meetings are going to be happening, and it is going to be your responsibility as a Scrum Master to organize those meetings, right? You're also going to serve as an agile coach. Just to make sure, I don't want to go into too much detail technically, but the Scrum practice is actually a methodology within the agile space, right? It's this framework within the agile space. What that means, the whole idea of agile, just think about agile as an English word first. Agile just means the ease to move, right? The ease to manipulate, the ease to change. Now, the whole notion of agile, when you think about it from the perspective of facilitate, of the perspective of ease to change, right? So the whole idea of agile in an IT space in the software development world is the ability to quickly adjust to the changing realities. For example, you are working as a Scrum Master within the team, and that team has to deliver modifications on an application in the next 1 year. As they progress in the development of that application, the application owner, which is the application clients, which is the clients paying you people to develop that application, they could change their minds 3 months from today and say, instead of doing this, I want the application to have multiple ways by which you could, let's say, pay your bills or something, right? You have to be in the position to move and be agile enough to accommodate that change and still implement it. That is where the whole mindset, the whole idea, the whole scope of agile within the technology space came from. And so Scrum is one of the methodologies in that. You also have something like Kanban, which we're certainly going to do. We also have something like SAFe practice, which is mostly for enterprises. All of those things will be dealt with in more details for those who will be attending the program, right? But back again to what the Scrum Master does. You also provide team support. When you're a Scrum Master, you manage a team. It could be 1 or 2 or 3 teams in the worst case scenario. And a team is made up of different roles. It's made up of, it could be the application developers, it could be the testers, the product owner, and all those different roles. Now you also help be able to provide support to that team. Your team members will come to you in need. Sometimes they might need some other person in another team to help them solve a challenge they are having. It is your job as a Scrum Master to go out and get them the support they need, right? Another very important role of a Scrum Master is you remove blockers. Blockers you hear a lot in the agile world is called impediments. Impediments are things that get in the way of the team achieving their goal, or these are things that can delay the delivery of the goals of the team. Within this 10-day period, which is called a sprint, which is 2 weeks, 5 working days per week, it's a 10-day period. The team agrees on a goal they have to achieve. And that goal has to be worked on by all the team members to get to that goal. So an impediment is something that can come in that disturbs the staff or the member of the team from going forward and delivering on their own piece, which will also contribute to affecting the overall goal of that team. And so your job as a Scrum Master is to make sure your team members are focused and they are not distracted by any of these impediments. Reporting is also another element of your job as a Scrum Master. You will be reporting within the tool, which is commonly used by most companies. It's called Jira. It's a workflow tool, but you have other workflow tools like Workday. You have other workflow tools by Microsoft, IBM, and all those different technology companies, right? But within those tools, you have reporting capabilities, be able to report certain metrics. The metrics are important because that is how a Scrum team will be judged, in not only by their delivery, but by different metrics like how fast they deliver, how fast they deliver on their stories, how long do stories stay in their backlog, right? How many stories did they work on during that sprint? How many did they complete and how many were they not able to complete? What is the capacity of the team? How can the team work? Do they have enough resources? So you'll be reporting on these different metrics because these metrics help leadership, not only leadership, but even you as a Scrum Master to make adjustments to your team to give your team the ability to become high performant and be able to deliver in a very, very effective and consistent way. So, what is a day in the life of a student in the Icon program like? It's a 6 weeks program and it's 2 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. Central to 9 p.m., which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, right? What does a typical day for a student look like? During this program, you'll be having lectures. In addition to lectures, these are live lectures with a live instructor. In addition to lectures, of course, you have team exercises where you pair yourself up maybe or you put yourself up into groups maybe of 2 or 3 or 4 and you do real life simulation of projects and exercises that you see in the industry when you work as a Scrum Master, right? You also have weekly assignments and class role play. You also have hands-on real life practical exercises. We insist a lot on the hands-on exercise. All our instructors within the program, just like myself, are experienced Scrum Masters. We work in the industry, we've worked in the industry, we know exactly what it takes. So we are not talking to you only about the knowledge, but we're also teaching you the hands-on skills, the ability to be able to deliver and to work efficiently. So if you're just joining us again, thank you. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel. You would also see a link in the invite which you used to join. Please go ahead and click that link. You can book a one-on-one appointment with me, and I'll be able to explain to you in more details what it takes. If you have some additional questions after this, my goal is to be able to give you all the information you need. But if this is not enough and you have additional questions, please feel free, book a one-on-one, no commitment appointment to talk to me, and I'll be able to help give you some additional information. Now, in addition to that, also at the end of the class, we also do mock interviews for you. Remember, the goal of this program is just not to give you new knowledge, but is to be able to help people transition into one of the most lucrative and highest paying industries in the world today, right? So we also teach you how to interview. We'll teach you exactly what it takes, how to carry yourself, how to interview, how to understand questions when asked at interviews and be successful, right? So let's talk a little bit about where the opportunities lie today. I know in recent times, if you've been watching the news, you've been hearing a lot about different companies laying people off. You've been hearing about different companies laying people off, IT companies cutting back on staff. But let me tell you this, if I know it because I'm in the industry, right? Of course, remember IT companies have very different kinds of staff. They have different roles and different positions. A lot of the positions that are being cut back are not core technology positions like Scrum Master and the other technologies. All right. The Scrum Master position is secure. There is still a lot of work out there for people who want to work. So the opportunities are endless in different industries, from the financial and banking industry to all the way to the pharmaceutical, to the automobile industry, companies like GM, Tesla, Toyota, to the fast moving retail industry, Walmart, Kroger, Whole Foods, to technology companies like Samsung, Apple, right? Thousands of companies are hiring. Every day in my email, I have about 20 to 25 emails coming to me asking me if I'm on the market for a job. I'm just a single person. I can do only so much, right? That's why we are passionate at Icon IT, because we see this opportunity, we recognize these opportunities, and we know that there are people out there who just need to be connected to these opportunities, and it will make a difference in their lives. That's why we spend time coming to you with programs like this, informing you about what the opportunities are, and giving you a chance to jump on that train, to jump on the bandwagon and be able to go. It's one thing not to do it because you didn't know. It's another thing to know and then you don't take action. That is solely on you. Our goal is to make sure everybody knows action that is in your hands. You will decide how you want to do that, when you want to do that, and for what, right? So the average salary right now is somewhere about 120K per annum, right? The expected growth rate, and this is from 2016, which is already about what, 7 years ago, till 2026 is 24%, which means every year 24% more people are employed in the industry compared to the year before, right? You have all the different companies that hire. And in the IT industry, especially as a Scrum Master, your background doesn't have to be technology. You can come from any background because the skills needed for a Scrum Master doesn't necessarily warrant that you are a technology whiz or anything like that. You don't have to be. I, for one, I was never a technologist before I get into the industry. In fact, I was a nurse, for those who might be interested, right? So you can come from any background as long as you just have the hunger and the desire to want to change your life. The possibilities are there. Now, what really intrigues me is actually the expected job growth rate. What this tells me is that the future looks bright. This tells me that the future is very pregnant with a lot of opportunity. Yesterday, I was talking to a friend of mine and a business partner. We're on a live show, and he asked me, Gustav, you know a lot of things, you wise. What do you predict next year, the IT industry and the economy and all of that will be? I said it will be two things. There will be opportunity mixed with difficulty. And he started laughing. I said, I'm serious. There will be opportunity mixed with difficulty. A lot of people are in difficult situations. A lot of people are in a situation where there is more months after the paycheck, but they won't attend a free live show like this to learn about something that can change their life drastically. That opportunity is there, difficulty is there, right? It's a choice. So, anyways, let's keep making some good progress here. And just hang on with me as I promise we're getting there real quick, right? So the urgency of now. These are the reasons why I really believe if you're interested, which you should be, you have to get engaged, right? Employment of Scrum Masters is projected to grow 24%, as I told you. Now, growth in this occupation will be driven by increased project management needs, right? This role as a Scrum Master, this role in the IT industry is ranked the ninth best job by US News. Over 10,000 jobs available to be filled on a daily basis. It's even more than that. I just need to update this slide, right? The non-renewal of the H-1B visa gave a lot of opportunity for other people to need to be hired within the United States. The US companies and US government are the biggest IT consumers, and they needed to hire people within the US. So that puts a lot of pressure on companies to look for staff here, and that creates opportunity for people to be needed to be hired within the framework of this country, right? Experienced Scrum Masters can make all the way to 170,000, and newbies and starting off can make somewhere. The average pay for Scrum Masters, as I mentioned, is above 100,000 a year, right? Now you ask me what equipment you need. You just need laptop and high-speed internet. That's all you need. A basic working laptop with basic capabilities like what you see: Windows 10, 8 gigabytes of memory, 500 gigabytes of storage. An i5 2.9. It could be HP or Dell or any other brand. It doesn't matter. I just put this because this is what most students use. But please, it doesn't have to be this. If you have a regular laptop at home, you have a regular laptop, you don't need to go buy a new laptop. Just a basic laptop that's able to connect to the internet comfortably, that can connect to Zoom comfortably, should be able to open basic applications like Google, like Facebook. You will be able to also open some of the applications we use, right? But you just want to make sure the memory is at least 6 to 8 gigabytes of memory, just because some of the applications you'll be working on, like Jira, it needs a little bit more RAM to be able to load up and work fast. Good. So this is where we are. The next class is going to be starting in April 4th, and registration is already open. And we typically, for each cohort, we accept only 20 people. And there's a reason why we do that, because we want to make sure that everybody who is part of the class is catered for exceedingly well. We pride ourselves in that. So the demand for positions generally is very, very high, and it's a first come, first serve basis. So if you're thinking of registering, go ahead. These are the numbers. We have our numbers there. You have the link. You can go ahead and book a one-on-one appointment. You can call on the phone. There will be somebody in our customer service center to respond to you and be able to answer your questions and provide you all the information you need. So please mark this date. It's very important. Classes start on the 4th, and typically about 2 weeks to the start of class, the class is usually full. So if you are thinking of getting registered for the program and starting off, you want to make sure, please, you are coming through in the next 2 weeks. Now, the interesting thing is, of course, we at 𝐈𝐍𝐼𝐻 also recognize that there's been a little bit of difficulties in the economy. So we've made a one-time provision for installmental payment for the tuition. You don't have to pay $1,500 upfront if you don't want to, or if you don't have it. That shouldn't be a reason to stop you from getting your education and moving yourself forward. Call us and we'll be able to arrange a payment plan with you. Typically, you can have 3 installment payments of this amount: $750 upfront when registering, and then the balance of $750 you can pay in 2 installments within the first 3 weeks of class. You can certainly book a one-on-one appointment, or you can call us and we'll be able to help you if you forget any of that information or if you get confused at some point. So after the training, we also run a separate Scrum Master Job Interview Success Bootcamp, right? What this bootcamp basically does is a 2-day bootcamp, and please forgive the date here. This was an old one, but I just wanted to show you what it takes, right? It's a bootcamp where we teach you the soft skill. We look at your resume, we review the resume, we teach you interviewing skills, we teach you how to job search, we show you the different places to go apply for jobs, we show you exactly what it takes, we train you how to be able to carry yourself right in corporate America readiness and leadership coaching, right? So this is a separate package if you are interested after the training. Of course, it's not compulsory, but we recommend it very strongly, because there is no point in going through the training and then you don't finish up the race by getting yourself in the best position to be able to land a job as a Scrum Master. So all of this is available for you. Now, I just want to end with this, and it's going to be a short one, right? Everybody has some dreams in their heart. Everybody is born and there is something you aspire to. The one thing I'll tell you is that the things that will change your life the most will be the things that will come to you at the time when you are least ready. You know, you're listening to me now and you're asking yourself, oh, there is this, I may not be able to do it now. There is this happening in my life, there is that happening in my life. It will never be a perfect time. I remember when the opportunity came to me 10 years ago. I had to, today you're blessed because you have online classes. We can teach you on Zoom. You don't have to leave the comfort of your home. I had to leave my family and friends and all the while people I love in Minnesota, and I drove to Maryland and I spent a year to study, interview, and get a job to get into the IT industry. That's how much it took. So if you think about it from that perspective, you realize today it's coming to you a lot much easier, right? You sit in the comfort of your home, your office. You, if you don't have your computer, you can get on your phone and you still be part of a class. You still get the knowledge, you do the work, and you in a few weeks you'll be qualified as a Scrum Master and you can interview and get a job. So my advice to you is when you see opportunities like this, don't postpone the decision. Don't spend time kind of overthink it because the mind is what stops the mind is what stops you from attaining your goal. Because the mind thinks logically, the mind is always asking some questions. How am I going to do this? How is none of your business. The only thing is, why do I want to do this? If the why is strong enough, give us a call. Let us know how we can help you. It's a great plumping pleasure. Thank you so very much for attending this live broadcast of the Scrum Master Open House. At this point, I'm going to open it up. If there are any questions, please go ahead. If there are any questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. Give us a call, a one-on-one call anytime you're interested. Book a one-on-one appointment, and one of our staff members will be able to talk to you at the time you choose. Up until that time, I am looking forward to see you at the top. And before I go, I want to leave you with this. Always remember in life, you miss 100% of shots you don't take. I'll see you at the top. Bye for now.